What's happening, Cigars Daily Nation? We are at the Premium Cigar Trade Show. The floor has just opened for 2022 Expo, and today I want to take you guys inside the wonderful world of the premium cigar industry. I want to show you this, especially now. This is amazing. Earlier this year, I went to the TPE Expo, Tobacco Plus Expo, and the big talk of the town was, what are we going to do if there's a tobacco shortage? I asked all these cigar makers about it. Now, just like 6 months later, so much has changed, and we've just had this massive court win. Everybody here is buzzing with the excitement of seeing regulations being pulled away from the premium cigar industry. I'm going to ask some people about that, but mostly I want to know what these cigar makers would do if they could go back to day one and start over. It's kind of what it's like. Start over. What would be your big piece of advice? Jim and I just walked in. Dad is over my shoulder here, and I've got myself, somehow I come to these shows, I always end up with an Oliva cigar right away. Somehow Nick always finds us, and I got this beautiful Oliva pleather bag that I get to carry my cigars around in, which is like a major step up from the crap I normally carry at this thing. So I am ready to go talk to my good friends in the cigar industry. Let's go get it done. I think I got my first victim of the day. Rob Gagne from Boveda's over here by himself. Oh, look at this guy.
Please,
what is up? I'll come be your guest.
Yes.
Dude, which is the guest chair? What is up, man?
It is amazing. I'm doing great. I'm having a good time. We got Steve setting up. He's still setting up.
Look at this. Look at all your guys' equipment. Boveda is like the leader of cigar media and stuff. I literally have a little handheld camera that I just pull out of my pocket. I'm like, hey, buddy.
The leader of media. That's you, buddy. That's you. The eyeballs are all going to you, buddy.
Well, you know more about humidification than anybody, and I was asking cigar makers this question, but I want to ask you, this is a big deal. You've heard about the big win we had this week in court, and that FDA regulations aren't going to move on, at least as they intended them to.
Yes.
So here's my question for you. If you could go back, if today was day one in the cigar industry for you, what would you tell yourself on day one that you know now? What thing have you learned that you'd be like, going into this is what I want to know in cigars?
Boy, that is a tough question, but it would be, and it always has been, my thing, is try everything. Try everything at least 2 or 3 times before you put a nail in the coffin saying that you don't like it. Because it's changed for me. My palate has changed constantly.
Yes.
I'm like, wow, I really like this cigar. 2 years ago, not at all.
Yeah.
And I go back and I revisit stuff. So I never write one maker or particular cigar or even the type of cigar off. I just try. Keep trying.
And I think that is an amazing point, because cigars have fundamentally changed in the last few decades to the point where the selection is so huge that trying things has become a central value. Like, it wasn't like that decades ago. There weren't as many cigar brands, so trying different things wasn't nearly as high of a value.
I can't express that enough. I absolutely think it's super important. So continue to retrain your palate, saying, hey, I might like this now. Try it out.
Wonder if Terrence is busy. There's Terrence Riley on his phone, just messing around. Hard people at work selling cigars over here, and you got Terrence Riley just hanging out. Help me. Dude, can you show us some Aganorsa stuff? Are you in a meeting? Dude, you got Validacion out.
So, we're going to do the old roundabout here.
Okay. She's trying very hard to take a picture, Terrence.
So, what we've always said with Aganorsa, or what's always been told to us, is that you guys have great blends. You're making all these blends for other people that are amazing, but your packaging is confusing. Nobody knows what Casa Fernandez and
You used to say, Casa Fernandez was confusing. People thought it was AJ, right?
Yeah. Oh, I love AJ. You make great cigars, or whatever. Yeah. So it was always a problem, for the retailer. And what we've done is we've addressed that. So one, we've got vibrant packaging. Promotes the Aganorsa leaf logo. It's very identifiably as Aganorsa. So the guy walks in the humidor, he doesn't necessarily see, you tend to point it out to him. Oh, by the way, that's an Aganorsa product. They can tell right away. And they're all the same great tasting blends that they've always been. So we're really excited about that. It's probably the greatest day of our lives. I don't want to blow it out.
Don't blow it out. And I got to tell you guys, this is a huge and unbelievably expensive proposition to redesign all this packaging. It's going to focus on my face.
Okay.
So I got to get my face really close to your face. There you are.
There we are. Oh yeah, now we're there.
This is so expensive to do, to redesign all your packaging like this, and absolutely looks amazing. Aganorsa is becoming a name. It's becoming a name you can recognize and love.
Thanks to all of you and people like even you, Terrence. We even got you about Thank you.
Okay, here's my big question for you.
Yep.
If today was your first day in the cigar industry and you had to give yourself a piece of advice, knowing everything you know now, what would it be? First day in cigars, because it almost is.
If you want to make $1 million, start with 2.
There you go. The most classic piece of cigar advice, because yes, it is easy to lose money in this industry. All right, thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Have a good show.
Be good.
Catch you later, buddy.
Thank you.
It is Jersey Day at the My Father booth. Everybody at My Father's got their sports jerseys on. There's Jose over there. He's hanging. He's looking good. He's a stud. Look at this guy. What's up, brother?
What's going on,
Good
brother?
to see you, man.
Likewise, likewise.
I'm asking the big question to cigar makers, all right? If this was your first day in the cigar industry and you knew everything you knew now, you could tell yourself one piece of advice on your first day, what would it be?
Just have fun and enjoy yourself, man. Are you kidding me? This is great. This is all,
How could you fuck it up if you do that, right?
Man, exactly. This is all good news.
Dude, I like these jerseys. Look at how styling everybody is.
Come on. You got to see the next 2 days, too.
Is it going to be awesome?
Oh, they're going to be even better.
What's new? I see a purple box of something.
Flor de las Antillas, limited edition. 5,000 boxes, obviously numbered. Can't tell you price right now because we haven't worked that out, but it should release this year.
This is the only industry you'll find anywhere where it's like, hey, here's the product. We haven't really worked out the pricing yet. We'll get it to you right away.
Well, we're gonna see how much you like it first, and then we'll put a price
Then we'll put a price on it. Oh, $100 a stick. You loved it? Yeah, $100 a stick. This is beautiful.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Holy cow. All right, thank you, brother. Enjoy the show.
Yes, sir.
How do I get one of those jerseys?
We'll work on that.
I need one, I think. All right, let's do it. Steve Saka's got no one around him. So this is the perfect time for this question. Hey, man. How are you? Are you ready? Okay, let me.
I'm a little starstruck. Are you Tim from Cigars Daily?
The same one. Yeah, I know.
Where's the other half of you, dude?
Dude, I left that half in Phoenix running the shop.
Oh man, you're looking good.
Can we sit? Can I sit?
Yeah,
This is an important one.
Oh, okay.
All right, here's the big deal. You've seen that we had a win in court, so to speak.
Yes.
Now, if today was your first day in the cigar industry and you could give yourself one piece of advice, knowing everything you know,
Yes.
what would that advice be?
The advice would be to have lower expectations and understand that you're going to have to really grind it out for probably a full decade, and to be really cash conservative, and just look. This is a really difficult business. It always has been, and it's a real challenge. And I know that. I mean, there's a lot of new exhibitors here this year, with a lot of new product, and I think. I feel for them. I think there's gonna be some tears of despair at the end of the trade show for them.
But here's my big question. You said be ready for the next decade to be tough. Do you feel like that next decade's more promising now?
Now look, if we're talking about as it relates to the court decision,
Yeah.
that's nothing but positive.
Yeah, good.
Okay, no, that's fantastic news. And we're definitely, I mean, we're on a trend line that we haven't been on since August of 2016. And really since 2014. When they had done first the initial proposal of the deeming regulation. So all of that's really super positive news.
Yeah.
But if you're asking me what you would do getting into the cigar business, I think you have to come into it with open eyes and understand that it's a really, really challenging business and that you're going to have to put a lot of time. Look, you know, as a retailer,
Yeah.
you have a ton of competitors, right?
Yeah.
They all sell cigars. I have a ton of competitors. They all make cigars. Look, it's a crowded field, and it's going to take a lot of hard work and a lot of time and being broke for quite a while. And if you're coming into it, you have to accept that and understand it and embrace the suck, because there's no other way to get through but to do the suck.
Yeah.
There's no easy road.
And now for cigar smokers, what do they got to look forward to this year? What's the big thing? I just saw a big, sexy black cigar.
That's what I'm smoking now.
Oh
the
my
Mickey
God!
Rita Black.
Yeah, buddy, this is next in August or something like that, right?
This will be shipping pretty soon. Cigars have been long made. It's kind of strength-wise. It's kind of between the Mickey Rita Blue and the Mickey Rita Red.
Oh,
the red
yeah.
is more peppery.
Yep.
This one's just a little bit fuller, a little stronger, a little heavier, a little denser. I have a very special Honduran seed that I've been wanting to grow for a long, long time. It's one they used to grow in northern Honduras. They stopped about 25 years ago, and I wanted to bring it back. And we had done a pilot crop about almost 4 years ago, and we did a real crop 2 years ago. So it's intended to be a release for next year, but I had enough of the pilot crop tobacco remaining that I could make a limited amount of boxes this year, just
Hell
for one
yeah.
size. Because I didn't want to deal with the fact that I was going to have tobacco that was 2 years older than the next crop, because it would have been a blending problem, and I just didn't want to start that way, and it was just too good to throw it away, or use it in some crap cigar. So I decided I'd make a limited batch for this year.
So people can look forward to Mikiri the Black coming out next
Saka
month.
Con.
The Saka Con. All right, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Have a good show. So go ahead, guys. Sorry.
Dustin says you're a bitch, right?
Dustin does say I'm a bitch, but you know what? He's the bitch. I feel like I was very clear about that. Yeah, man. Have a good show. So here's my dilemma. We just finished lunch, and I found this beer. It's good. It's a good start. But now I'm full. I've eaten, and I have a beer, but I don't have a cigar, and that's got to be the first order of business. Where do you go to find a cigar at a cigar convention? Let's do that together. Look at this stud right here. What is up, brother? Come here, dude. Dude, it's good to see you. I'm so sorry to interrupt. How are you, sir?
Unbelievable. How can you? I'm great to see you. How are you?
I'm good. So I didn't get to talk to Nick at this show because he was really busy, but I imagine if I asked my question, he would say something impossibly positive like stay Rasta. Anyway, he's coming out with this new cigar called the Olmec, which probably has a really rich backstory or something like that, but I'll have it on my shelves, and I can't wait to try it. I was gonna bum a cigar off Nick Melillo, but he's in a meeting. Gotta find someone that's not in a meeting. I feel really convicted about trying to bum a cigar off someone that's talking with another retailer. That feels like a move. I figured out where I'm getting my cigar from. Right here, from this stud. Plasencia! My day is made. Thank you, Nestor.
Keep enjoying great cigar, guys.
Yes.
Keep enjoying great cigar.
You're like the Wizard of Oz with this green.
I love it.
Is it amazing?
I love the hexagon shape.
The hexagon.
Military, the beehive. Nature perfectly designed.
Yes.
So that's what we're doing. We want to get the best out of nature, the best out of the soil, so the soil can give it the best flavor of tobacco.
Amazing.
So we're learning every day from nature.
Now here's my question for you.
Yes, sir.
If you were starting your first day in cigars today and you could give yourself one piece of advice about this industry, what would it be?
You have to have the passion for what you're doing and forget about legislation, forget about it. If you believe in that, you're going to make it no matter what.
Amazing. Thank you, Nestor. Thank you, brother. Oh, here it is. Oh my gosh. Party foul. All right, West Tampa just had to put in the first party foul of the show. Oh my God, from Cigar Dojo. What in the world?
You just blame me for
What in the world?
Oh, it's my fault.
Are you messing up the whole show? All right, I need to know this from you, Ricky. You are here at your first PCA trade show with West Tampa, over your shoulder. The new legend is born, but also we just crushed it this week in court as an industry, right? We had the major win. I'm asking cigar makers, the best of the cigar makers, here's a question. If today was your first day in the cigar industry and you could give yourself one piece of advice knowing everything you know now, what would it be?
Trust your product, trust yourself, and believe in what you're doing. That's it.
And how do you feel now? You got your product, you got it here. West Tampa is on the shelves. People are smoking it. How do you feel about the reception and what you've done so far, dude?
Overwhelmed. I don't know what I was expecting. Like, I was going to throw a party, nobody shows up, but overwhelmed.
Awesome.
Good for you. Thank you. I love you, bro. I love you guys.
Thank you, man.
Thank you so much.
Love you, Ricky.
All right, bro.
Peace. Here we are, Espinosa. Eric Espinosa is at his booth where he should be selling cigars. Are you selling tons of cigars today?
We are, tons of them. I just sold you tons of them.
That is what happened. Now I gotta ask you a question. Imagine if today was your first day in cigars and you could give yourself a piece of advice, knowing everything you know about the industry. What would you say to Eric Espinosa on day one?
I would say that's a tough question, bro. I know my struggles that I've been in through all this. But no, listen, it's a great industry. I mean, I'm glad we got this monkey off our back. You know, best advice I can tell him, we're not cigarettes, guys. We're cigars. It's completely different.
Yeah.
Separate us from cigarettes, okay, with tobacco. I didn't make this. This is something that comes all natural. You talk to God about it, because He's the one that created it. I didn't create this. All right, it's all natural. We don't put any preserve, any additives to our cigars. Okay, and it's a great piece of conversation. I just had a grandchild. When I get back home, the first thing I'm gonna do is hand out cigars to everybody. You win the championship. What do? You hand out cigars. I don't know of anybody that has a child or wins a championship and hands out a pack of cigarettes.
There you go. Thank you, brother. Keep crushing it this week at the show.
Thank you, bro. God bless.
Okay. I just got back from breakfast with Jim and want to take you guys inside my goodie bag from the show yesterday because I want to tell you guys about what I saw in the industry, and I think that a lot of what's in here is pretty indicative of that. It's amazing how in such a relationship-driven industry that you can learn a lot of what you need to know just by talking to people. And I assume most industries are that way. All right, let me get everything out of here. The other thing I noticed is, people go to these trade shows. It used to be, when I first got into the industry, it was like going to the Big Smoke in Las Vegas. Like, you got so many stinking cigars. It was just insane. On this trip, that certainly wasn't the case. Samples seem to be very sparing. But that brings me to, the first thing that I really noticed at this show. I've been talking about this for the last year. Packaging still seems to be a huge and substantial issue. We talked with cigar makers who were literally had to make boxes for this show, on their own. One of them even was putting stickers on the boxes at the show the day of because packaging has been such an issue. So I know that pushed. I don't know if that's the reason they're not doing samples as much, or maybe it's the reason that the FDA was trying to outlaw it. Although now those regulations are, I guess, questionable. They're in place, but questionable. Okay. Here's some of what I got. This right here, I don't have the package for it. This is called Saka or Sasquatch poop or something like that. It's just cotton candy that had a Sasquatch on the label, and Dunbarton was giving it away. So I got cotton candy from Steve Saka. Oh my gosh, okay. Sereno Cigars. We've already got Sereno Cigars in the shop, and I was really excited about this. I saw Tony Sereno at the show, had a blast talking with him. We've had a lot of fun together. He gave me a new size of his Eleanor Rose. It's like a little short size, which is actually really, really neat. Sereno's always good. I really like their cigars. Really glad I brought them in to the shop. And to see a brand come in is really great. To see a brand grow in the humidor is good. That's what I'm seeing Sereno do. Okay, I usually don't talk about brands that I don't have in my humidor. I just don't. If a brand is worth something, I want to carry it, and if I'm carrying it, I want to tell you guys about it. So this is one of the very few times, typically during the trade show videos, that I'll talk about these other cigars. One of them is ZR Cigars. That's this guy right here. Okay, so let me just rewind for a second. I told you guys, packaging is still a massive issue. The other major trend I saw at this show was new brands. Holy cow, there were so many new brands at this show. I would say it felt like it was half the show was brands that were not at the last PCA trade show I went to a couple years ago. So I'm really curious to see how that goes. But it definitely feels like at the show that there was a huge breathe of a sigh of relief from people because of this change in in FDA regulations. People seem like they can really be themselves, not worry about one less thing, one less monkey on their shoulder, and ZR Cigars would be one of those guys. There's my other ZR cigar. These cigars were given to me, Erez, E-R-E-Z cigars. Okay, I do not remember who gave these to me. Somebody handed me these, and I thanked them and put them in my bag. And that was, I think, the total of our exchange. So I'm not doing them any favors right now, but there it is. And then, of course, usual suspects. I got a bunch of Alec Bradley cigars. Alec Bradley loaded me up. I guess I'm going to have some of these coming. Old school 4-packs with the freaking Max Connecticut in it. I don't know if you can see that with the glare. There's a bunch of old school Alec Bradley stuff in there. They did 4-packs just for people who came to the show. Dude, I think that might be a lot of the stuff that I got, other than this very classy Oliva bag. Oh, wait. No, where is it? Yeah, I got my Plasencia cigars. Those are important. Where's the thing I wanted to show you guys? I stole this just so I could show it to you. right here, Oliva Serie V cigarillos. Oh my gosh, I'm told that this packaging is not what's going to land in the United States. I'm told it will look different than this. But if I can get 10 Oliva Serie V cigarillos of that size into my shop, I'm going to be so excited, because I just sense deep in my being that that's something that people want. Hell, I want that so freaking much. That's amazing. That's something I'm after. And then the other big thing is, if you guys don't already know, ATF Magazine is officially out. And if you flip to page, I don't know, these things have page numbers on them. 45, you can see the article written by yours truly, Cigars and Community, written by, boom, Tim Swanson. I know it's probably really blurry. Anyway, had a blast, did an interview with these guys yesterday. And I'll say this overall about the industry right now. Cigar industry is still the best fucking place to work on the planet. It really is. And more so today than it was, last week or the week before that. I mean, it's just really cool, promising stuff going on. And I think anytime that cigar makers can get a sigh of relief from, the constant weight and pressure of regulation and all this stuff, I think it's a great, great thing. I think this frees these guys up to be creative and do what they do in a new way. So I think you're going to see some revitalized blending, some revitalized branding, some really cool stuff coming down the pipes. Like, we're going to be able to keep doing what we do, and that's an amazing thing. And this was a great trade show, so thank you guys so much for coming along. Hey, drop a comment down below. What do you want to try the most that you've seen coming out this year? We still got the AJ Fernandez Dorado is coming out. I didn't even cover that at this show at all. Like, there's so much good stuff. And please check this out on cigarsdailyplus.com. Thank you all so much for watching. This is Tim, signing off for Cigars Daily, and I will see you in the comments.